Everybody, David Paul with you in the KHOU 11 Weather Center here on this Monday night, and we've been waiting on this line of thunderstorms that we've been watching roll through central Texas and now pushing into our northwest counties. It's a strong line of storms. One of the things it's doing before we get to the actual radar is take a look at how this is impacting temperatures. Ahead of the line, and the line is right here. You can see the leading edge of it back behind it. Brenham's now dropped down to 59 degrees while it's still in the mid to upper 70s here ahead of it. That front feeding off all that warmth, heat energy that we got during the day today. Still have mainly a south breeze at 10 to 15 miles an hour out there across the board. But it is a straight line wind threat that we will have as this line pushes and races across southeast Texas. And here's the big picture. You can see our frontal boundary with our line of thunderstorms developing on that. And then you can see back, you can see curlicuing here up near Wichita Falls and southwest Oklahoma, northwest Texas. We've got our upper level low parked on there. That's the real engine for all of this. And it is now racing almost due east. It'll begin to lift northeast and take the rain with it as that line of storms races through here overnight tonight. The only severe weather threat that we have right now, severe weather warning, is for Walker County, Huntsville. That is a strobe light lightning show that y'all are getting right now up in Walker County. You are under a tornado watch in Walker County for at least a few more minutes, but at the moment this storm is just delineated as a severe thunderstorm. Wind gusts in excess of 57 miles an hour. You could see quarter-size hail out of that particular cell, but at the moment that's the worst game in town. The rest of this line, although it is producing some gusty wind, it's not at severe levels. And it is going to race here across Houston and southeast Texas, and the lightning has really let up in that part of the line. So we may get away with not much in the way of wind damage. Although as this raced across Highway 35, we saw several reports of damage. We saw an 18-wheeler that was tipped over on I-35. We saw some aluminum horse trailers that have been tipped over in the wind as well. We got reports, a lot of minor damage, tree limb damage, roof damage in College Station as a line of thunderstorms raced through there. So these have had a history of producing some wind damage tonight. Let's get a closer view of what's going on up here in Walker County. Lightning strikes here down to 127. I say down to 127. They were earlier up at about 175 over the last 15 minutes. So when you see the lightning strike number begin to drop down, it's an indication that the storm is beginning to weaken a little bit. But this is an intense thunderstorm. Huntsville, you're just getting lamb-basted right now with heavy rain and that strobe light effect of lightning. At the moment, again, producing gusty wind, perhaps some small hail. Could see nickel to quarter size hail with this one, Huntsville area. And that does stretch down just to the west of New Waverly. You know, here's I-45 going up through Huntsville and then on off to the north. So New Waverly, also portions of northern Montgomery County. That's just north of Montgomery. You're not included in that severe thunderstorm warning, but it is north of you, Montgomery County. That's just north of Lake Conroe, seeing some very heavy rain out of that cell. But the really intense part with that is right there near the Huntsville area. Just stay inside and let that safely pass on by. This is heading east at about 50 to 60 miles an hour. So we've got a storm track on that as it races east, reaches Cold Spring by about 12:06, reaches Livingston by 12:14, and Ollie by about 12:22. So that storm is going to race into the Livingston area. New Waverly, you can see you're about to get into some very intense rain there as well as that moves east at about 50 to 60 miles an hour. Here's the central part of the line. It is not severe. In fact, I'm not seeing any lightning with that right now. Just some wind gusts to 25, 35 miles an hour as this races to the east, southeast, again at between 40 and 50 to 55 miles an hour. So as it continues to head onto the east, Spring reaches you by 12:11, a little after midnight, reaches downtown Houston by 12:37. Liberty reaches y'all by about 12:54, so we're getting close to 1 o'clock in the morning. Baytown by 1 a.m. and then League City by about 1:21 in the morning as that all is going to race on across the area. And at the moment, there are no indications that this is about to fire back up into a severe line of storms as it was earlier when it crossed through the Austin area. This appears to be weakening. I just stepped outside just to see if there was any moisture visible in cloud cover coming off the Gulf of Mexico. There is not. The low-level jet appears to have weakened a little bit, and so it looks like this is just going to blow through here with a little bit of wind and some brief rain, and that will be the worst of it for most of the area. Good. A little further south, the southern side of the line. Sugar Land, there you are. Forecast to reach y'all by about 12:37. Again, there's the leading edge of the line of heavy showers right now. A little bit of cloud-to-cloud lightning back toward Industry LaGrange to Schulenburg, but nothing severe there. Again, this is going to race east-southeast, so it reaches Garwood by 12:04, East Bernard 12:17, Sugar Land by 12:37. The rain reaches you with a little bit of gusty wind. I think 25 to 35 may be the worst of it. Brookside Village at 12:55, League City again by about 1:15, and then Texas City by 1:38 as it begins to push toward the coast. This looks like this is going to be off the coast by around 2 a.m., and then we'll be done with any sort of rain or any severe type of threat. But it really overall looks like the severe threat is significantly backing off on this for the Houston area overnight tonight. Here's the forecast. By 12:30, there's the leading edge of the line up and down the 59-69 corridor, reaching about to the downtown area. Let's see, we'll go forward in time. By 1 a.m., from Cleveland to almost to Liberty, Mont Bellevue, Baytown by 1 a.m. It's already through Pearland by 1 a.m. This is reaching into northern portions of Galveston County, West Columbia by 1 a.m. with a few lingering showers back behind it. But this stuff back behind the leading edge of the line is not severe. Maybe a little cloud-to-cloud lightning, but just some light to moderate showers as that lingers. By 2 a.m., the leading edge of the line is off the Galveston coast, so this may be done even before 2 a.m. for most of the area. Still some rain up to Dayton, Liberty, and off into the eastern counties as well. And then watch how this plays out. 3 a.m., 4 a.m., rain goes away. We clear out. We're going to be clear and a little breezy in the morning with lows in the upper 50s to near 60 by 6 a.m. But here's the key. For the morning rush, it is dry. And by that time, the roads, what little rain they get, is going to dry out. So it's looking very likely that we're going to get away with this line of storms weakening, not causing any significant severe threat here overnight. So we've backed off on the severe threat. And the good news is Harris County is not included in any type of severe watch or warning right now, and I don't think it's going to be. Here's the big picture. So what's causing all this? Dip in the jet stream, as it always does, has produced a surface front that's going to race across the area this evening. But by tomorrow, mid-morning into the afternoon, the front's here, rains in Mississippi, Alabama. We're clearing out. We get a west-northwest breeze, and that is going to bring in delightful weather for the rest of Tuesday, second half of Tuesday. Wednesday's beautiful. Thursday's beautiful. Look at that zonal flow. But it begins to change as we head into Thursday afternoon. While we're still doing good, look at this, another sharp trough. That is snow in the Rockies of New Mexico and Colorado on Thursday evening. They love that. They need the snow. And there's another surface front forming by that trough, and so that will sweep into Texas. And so here's the thing. Friday, it's Astros-Phillies, Game 1 of the World Series here in Houston, and it may be a wet and it may be a stormy day. This is an updated computer model. So what you're looking at are the winds at 34,000 feet. Here will be the center of our upper level low pressure area. But look how the winds in the lee of that trough bend back on themselves a little bit. And what you get is this spreading of the winds across East Texas toward the Arklatex. When the winds at 34,000 feet spread out, like just spread the fingers of your hand, creates space in between the air molecules. That creates empty space as a vacuum. So that helps to suck the air up. The faster you get it to rise, because of the laws of fluid dynamics, it can rotate. And if other conditions are present, you can get severe weather, including a threat for a tornado. So we'll be watching for this potential setup going into Friday. At the very least, it looks like it is a wet and maybe stormy Friday for the Houston area as we wrap up the work week. As far as tomorrow goes, it looks beautiful. We're going to get this rain through here in the next couple of hours. By morning, it's 60. It's breezy, lowering humidity. Mid-70s for highs tomorrow. Gorgeous Tuesday. Here's your 7-day. Gorgeous on Wednesday. Beautiful Thursday. Here's the next storm system we looked at Friday as that front coming in with a good chance for, we'll call it showers, but I think we may see a thunderstorm on Friday as well. First pitch for the World Series Game 1 here in Houston on Friday is 7:05, I believe. So maybe we can get that rain out of here by the time the game starts. We got a roof, but fans. And then it brings in nice weather. Saturday, 58, 75. Scattered showers possible on Sunday. And then 55, 79 on Monday, so more fall weather to continue. So there's where we stand, folks. Line of showers moving into the most of southeast Texas is weakening. Looks like it's just a wind gust to 35 or 40 at the most, below severe limits. Good idea to have those loose items in. I know I got family that have some of the inflatables. Definitely have those deflated. We could see some gusts of winds above 35 overnight tonight, but that looks like it's going to be the worst of it. Huntsville's getting hit hard with a thunderstorm right now. Severe thunderstorm warning for you guys continues for Walker County. That storm is moving toward Polk and San Jacinto County, so Livingston area may be impacted by a strong storm within the hour, but that's the only severe storm out there right now this evening. That's where we stand. We'll keep an eye on it, and for all the updates, we'll see you on the TV side. We're live on the air 4:30 to 7 with 11 News this morning. Cheetah and Jen will get you going in the morning just in case there are any problems on the road.